Hello friends, most welcome to my YouTube channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. So today we are starting example number 6 from question number 2 of miscellaneous exercise of angle and its measurement. See, in this example, what is the given condition? If two arcs of same length of two circles subtend an angle of 65 degree and 110 degree at the center of circle, find the ratio of their radii. Means how many circles are there? Two circles are there. So let us denote radius of first circle by R1, radius of second circle by R2, arc of first circle by S1, arc of second circle by S2, and let us denote the angle subtended by this arc at the center of circle by theta1 and what theta2. Later on, using our formulas, we will try to find out our required value, that is ratio of radii. So what our example is related with what? Length of arc. So we are supposing that let S1 and S2 be the length of arc of circles of radii R1 and R2 subtending an angle theta1 is equals to, what is the value of theta1? 65 degree is equal to convert it into radian, just simply I am multiplying by pi by 180, and theta2 is equals to, what is the value of theta2? 110. Again, to convert this degree measure into radian measure, simply we are multiplying by pi by 180. We know that whenever we are multiplying by pi by 180, degree will get converted into what? Radian respectively. So what is our supposition? S1 and S2 are nothing but arc of a circle of radius R1 and R2 subtending an angle theta1 and theta2 at the center of a circle respectively. At the center of circle respectively. So all the given conditions we have written here. So again, one more given condition is what? Arc lengths are equal, of same length. So means here it is given to us that S1 is equal to S2. S1 is equals to S2. It is our given condition in the example. Now what is the formula of S? S is equals to R theta. So S1 will be equals to R1 theta 1 and S2 will be equals to R2 theta 2. Just we are applying our formulas to find out length of arc. Question is to find out ratio of radii. Radius we have denoted by R1 and R2, means we have to find out ratio of R1 and R2. So take R2 on this side. So R1 divided by R2 on this side, theta 2 keep it as it is, theta 1 will get divided on this side. And you have to remember this as one important result which can be used as a shortcut method to find out what? Ratio of radii. Already we have seen such type of example in last exercise also, means second exercise. Same result we have got here. So therefore R1 upon R2 is equals to, what is the value of theta 2? Theta 2 is equal to 110 into pi radian upon 180, and value of theta 1 will be equals to, in the denominator substitute the value of theta 1, which is equal to 65 into pi radian upon 180. So after cancelling these two terms, again if you will observe that remaining two terms or remaining both the numbers are divisible by what here? Divisible by 5. 5 13s are, and if I am dividing here by 5, we will get 22. In this way we have got our required ratio. So this implies that R1 is to R2 is equal to 22 is to 13. In this way we have got our required ratio of radii of two circles. Now see the question number 7. In question number 7, the given condition is the area of a circle is 81 pi square centimeter. Area of circle is given to us. Using this, what we have to find out? The length of the arc subtending an angle of 300 degree at the center. Means angle theta is also given to us, and we have to find out corresponding arc of this angle 300 degrees. and again we have to find out area of the corresponding sector. So well, first write down the given condition, and later on using given condition let us see how to find out our required value. So first we are writing here given condition. So first given condition is angle subtended at center is 300 degrees given to us. So theta is equal to 300 degrees. We are just trying to convert this degree measure into radian measure by multiplying to it by pi by 180. If you'll observe these two numbers 180 and 300, both the numbers are divisible by 60. 60 5's are, so in the numerator we will get 5 pi radian, and here 60 3's are. So in this way we have converted degree measure into radian measure. Now again, what is the second given condition? Area of the circle. Area of circle. What is the area of circle? 81 pi square centimeter. It is given to us that area of circle is equal to 81 pi square centimeter. Replace area of circle by its formula. What is its formula? Pi r square. On this side 81 pi, keep it as it is. After cancelling pi and pi on both sides, so which are the remaining term? R square is equal to 81, which implies that r is equal to, if we are taking square root on both sides, so r will be equal to 9 centimeter. In this way we have got radius. Radius is equal to 9 centimeter. Now radius is known, theta is known. Let us try to find out our first required value. So therefore, what is our first required value? Length of arc. And length of arc means what? S. And what is formula to find out length of arc? S is equals to r theta. So replace r by its value 9 and theta by its value. What is the value of theta here? 5 pi upon 3. So here 3 1's are, 3 3's are, and 3 into 5 will be equal to 15 pi centimeters. In this way we have got our first required value, length of arc. Now we are trying to find out our second required value, that is area of sector. So and area of sector. So to find out area of sector we will have two formulas. First formula is half r square theta and second formula is half rs. So we are giving here priority to apply this formula half rs. So half, keep it as it is. Just now we have got the value of s, means length of arc, that is equal to 15 pi, and radius is equal to how much? 9. So which is equals to, so 15 into 9 will be equals to 135 pi divided by 2. Square centimeter will be our second required value, that is area of sector. In this way we have got length of arc also and area of sector also. Now see the example number 8. In the example number 8, see what we have to show here. The minute hand of a clock gains 5 degree 30 minute on the hour hand in 1 minute. So gain means what? Suppose that one person is there who is earning rupees 120, and suppose that B is another person who is earning rupees 100. Then what is the gain of person A comparatively to person B? To find out the gain we are taking difference. We are taking difference means what is the gain here? Rupees 20 is the gain of person A. So means to find out the gain here, first we will require the first value also and second value also. Then to find out required gain we are able to take the difference. Here which are our two required value? That is nothing but the minute hand of a clock gain this much time on hour hand in 1 minute. Means first we have to find out angle subtended by minute hand in 1 minute, and later on we have to find out angle subtended by hour hand in 1 minute. And if these two values are known to us, then to find out required gain we are taking their difference. So let us try to find out first our two required values. All the result related with what? Minute hand of a clock and hour hand of a clock we have discussed in one video. So here also we are making the use of those results. So here angle subtended by minute hand in 1 minute is equal to already we know that minute hand subtend how much angle at a center in 1 minute will be equal to 6 degree. and angle subtended by our hand in 1 minute is equals to half degree. All these results we have proved in one lecture. So just now we are using those results. So to find out required gain, so required gain is equals to find out required gain, just now we are seeing here, we have to find out difference. So difference of these two values, so 6 degree minus half degree will be equals to, what is the difference? 6 degree minus half degree will be equal to 5 and half degree, so which can be written as 5 degree. 5 degree, keep it as it is. Half degree means, can I say that half degree can be written as 30 minutes? Yes, because we know that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So implies that half degree will be equals to what? 30 minutes. So this half degree can be replaced by what? 30 minutes, and this is the result which we have to show here. We have to show that the gain will be equals to what? 5 degree and 30 minutes. Now observe the given conditions in the 9th example. In this example, what is the given condition? A train is running on a circular track. A train is running on what? Circular track of radius 1 kilometer. So it is given to us that radius of this circle or circular track will be equals to what? 1 kilometer. So first write down this as a given condition. So here it is given to us that radius r is equals to 1 kilometer. Let us try to convert it into meter. If we are multiplying to it by 1000, kilometer will get converted into what? Meter. So here radius of this circular track is 1 kilometer. It is given to us, and train is running on this circular track at a speed of 36 km per hour. So second given condition is speed of train. So speed of train is equals to 36 km per hour. Using this condition, we have to find out the angle to the nearest minute through which it will turn in 30 seconds. So we have to find out angle subtended by this train at a center in how much time? 30 seconds. Now our aim is to find out distance traveled by this train in what? 30 seconds. Suppose that this will be say distance traveled by the train in what? 30 seconds, means it will become our length of arc. Distance traveled by the train in 30 seconds is nothing but what? Here train is running on what? Circular track. That's why distance traveled by this train in 30 seconds will be nothing but length of arc. Length of arc, if we are able to find out length of arc and radius already given to us, then to find out angle at the center, we are able to make the use of this formula, S is equals to r theta. So if S and R is known to us, we are able to find out value of theta here. R is already given. Now we are trying to find out value of S. S means what? Distance traveled by the train on this circular track in how much second? 30 seconds. Since this time is in terms of second, so that's why we are trying to convert this speed also in terms of what? Second. As it stands, the speed is in terms of what? Hours. So let us try to convert it in terms of second. First, to convert this kilometer into meter, I am multiplying by 1000. If I am multiplying by 1000, kilometer will become what? Meter. Now to convert hour into minute, we are dividing by 60. If I am dividing by 60, hour will get converted into what? Minute. Again, if I am dividing by 60, then minute will get converted into what? Second. So this will be the speed of train. This much meter will be the speed of train per second. Getting it? So just simply we are converting speed in terms of what? Second. So in the numerator 36,000, keep it as it is, and here 60 into 60 will be equal to 3,600. So this 3,600 and 3,600 will get cancelled. What result is remaining? 10 meter per second will be the speed of the train. Now this is the speed of train per second, but we have to find out distance travel in how much second? 30 seconds. So that's why we are saying that here distance travel by train in how much second? 30 second will be equals to, so 10 meter is the distance travel in how much second? 1 second. So to find out distance travel in 30 second, we are multiplying by 30, so will be equal to 300 meter will be the distance travel by the train. So implies that S is equals to 300 meter. So in this way we have got length of arc. So we have one formula that S is equals to r theta, which implies that theta is equal to S upon r. Now only the remaining part is to substitute the value. What is the value of S? 300. What is the value of r? Will be equal to 1000. So will be equals to 3 upon 10 radian. So in this way we have got the value of theta. Theta means angle at the center of this circle. And question is also to find out what? Find the angle. Here it is not given to us that find the angle in degrees or in radian. So in such cases, that is our choice, either find the angle in degrees or in what? Radian. As I said, we have got the angle in radian. If you want to convert it in terms of degree, here question is not asked to convert it in terms of degrees, but if you want to convert it in terms of degree, just multiply to 3 by 10 into 180 upon pi. We know that if you are multiplying by 180 upon pi, radian will get converted into degrees. So theta will be equal to this 0 and this 0 will get cancelled, and 18 3s are 54 upon pi degrees. In this way we have got degree measure of this angle. Even again, if you want to simplify it, you are able to replace pi by its value 22 by 7 or by 3.14 and you are able to simplify it. But this much part is sufficient. Find out the angle either in radian or in what? Degrees. Again it can be simplified, but not necessary to simplify it. Here also you will get full marks. Now observe the condition in the 10th example. It is given to us that in a circle of diameter 40 centimeter, the length of chord is 20 centimeter. Find the length of minor arc corresponding to this chord. So diameter of this circle is given to us and one chord of this circle is given to us, and we have to find out minor arc of this corresponding chord. So here we are denoting the center of circle by O. So here write down, let O be the center of circle. O be the center of circle of diameter. How much diameter is given to us? 40 centimeter. So which implies that if diameter is equal to 40 centimeter, means we can say that radius will be equals to what? 20 centimeter, because radius is half of diameter. Now radius is known to us. Now we are using given condition. One chord of this circle is there whose length is equals to 20 centimeter. It is given to us. Let us denote this chord by what? AB. And length of chord AB is equals to say 20 centimeter, means we are considering one chord of this circle of how much length? 20 centimeter. Using this condition we have to find out length of minor arc corresponding to this chord. So we have one formula to find out length of arc, that is S is equals to r theta. R is known to us, theta is not given. So using condition in the example, let us try to find out value of theta here. So we can observe that in triangle OAB, can I say that OA is equals to OB? What is the OA and OB are nothing but radius, and what is the length of radius? 20. And even length of this chord AB is also equals to 20. So OA, OB and AB are of equal length, and length is equals to what? 20 centimeter. So since all the three sides of this triangle are of equal length, means we can say that this triangle is equilateral triangle. So therefore triangle OAB is equilateral triangle. So as we have proved that this triangle is equilateral triangle, so we can say that its each angle is of 60 degrees. So angle AOB is equals to 60 degrees. So this implies that angle AOB let us denote this angle say by theta is equal to 60 degree. But to apply this formula, this angle should be measured in what? Radian. So convert this degree measure into radian. 60 degree can be written as what? Pi by 3, because pi means 180. 180 divided by 3 will be equal to 60. In this way we have got the value of theta. Now applying that formula, we are trying to find out length of our required arc. So therefore length of arc AB is equals to, what is the formula? Length of arc means S. S is equals to R theta. So value of R is already known to us, which is equal to 20 into theta. Just now we have got the value of theta is pi by 3. So which is equal to 20 pi by 3 centimeters. In this way we have got length of our required arc. Now let us try to solve the last example from this chapter. So example number 11th. Observe the condition in the example. It is given to us that the angles of a quadrilateral are in AP. AP means what? Arithmetic progression. Already you have studied about arithmetic progression in detail in 10th standard. So in a quadrilateral 4 angles are there, and these 4 angles are in arithmetic progression. This is the first condition. And second condition is the greatest angle is doubles the least. Using all these conditions, we have to find out the angles of a quadrilateral in radian. Already you have solved such type of example in 10th standard. Only the new thing is that find the angles in what? Radian. So let us try to solve this example using condition that angles of a quadrilateral are in arithmetic progression. Since the angles are in arithmetic progression, so in a quadrilateral 4 angles are there, and we know that how to denote the 4 terms in arithmetic progression. So let the angles be, so first angle is A minus 3D, second angle is A minus D, fourth angle is A plus D, and last angle is A plus 3D. In this case we have considered 4 terms in arithmetic progression. How to denote the 3 terms in arithmetic progression, 4 term, 5 term in arithmetic progression, all these things you have studied in class 10. Here if you observe, difference of any term to its previous term is 2D. This difference is also 2D, this difference is also 2D, and this difference is also what? 2D. And if difference is constant, we can say that terms are in arithmetic progression. So here these 4 terms are in arithmetic progression. That's why we are supposing that these are our angles of a quadrilateral. Now to find out our 4 angles, we have to find out these angles of a quadrilateral, means we have to find out these 4 angles. To find out the value of these 4 angles, we will require the value of A and what? D. Once the value of A and D is known to us, we are easily able to find out these 4 angles. Now we are using the condition related with quadrilateral and the given condition in the example to find out value of what? A and D. So therefore, so since these are the angles of quadrilateral, so we can say that their sum will be equals to sum of first angle, second angle, third angle, and fourth angle. We know that sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral will be equals to what? 360 degree. So here we are applying angle sum property of a quadrilateral. So now take the addition of these terms. So just open the bracket, A minus 3D plus A minus D plus A plus D plus A plus 3D is equal to 360 degree. Here we can observe that plus 3D and minus 3D will get cancelled, minus D and plus D will get cancelled. Observe the remaining term A plus A plus A plus A will be equals to 4A. So what result we are getting here? 4A is equal to 360 degree, implies that A is equals to 4 will get divided on this side, 360 divided by 4 will be equals to 90 degree. In this way we have got the value of A. Once the value of A is known to us, now remaining part is just to find out the value of D. Now we are using given condition in the example. So what is the given condition? Greatest angle is double the least. Also it is given that greatest angle is twice the least angle. Least angle, this is the given condition in the example. Greatest angle here is a plus 3d is equals to twice the least angle, and least angle is what here? A minus 3d. Let us simplify this equation. A plus 3d, keep it as it is. 2 into a will be 2a, 2 into minus 3d will be minus 6d. So therefore, so this minus 6d on this side will become plus 6d. 3d plus 6d will be 9d, and plus a on this side will become minus a. 2a minus a will be equal to a. So therefore 9d is equal to a. I am replacing by its value 90 degree, which implies that d will be equals to, d will get divided on this side. 90 degree divided by 9 will be equal to 10 degree. In this way we have got the value of d. Once the value of a and d is known to us, we are able to find out our required 4 angle. So first angle is, which is the first angle, a minus 3d is equal to, replace a by its value 90 degree minus 3d, d by its value 10 degree. Let us simplify it. 90 minus 30 will be equal to 60, and we know that 60 in terms of radian is pi by 3, because question is to find out this angle in radian. So first angle we have got in terms of radian. Second angle is a minus d. Second angle is what? A minus d. Again substitute the value of a is 90 and d is equals to 10. What will the difference here? 80 degree. To convert this degree measure into radian measure, just simply multiply by pi by 180. So which is equal to, here we can observe that both these numbers are divisible by 20. 24s are and 29s are. In this way we have converted second angle in radian. Third angle is a plus d. A is 90 plus d, d is 10 degree, so which is equal to 100 degree. So convert this degree measure into radian, so multiply by pi by 180. So both the numbers are here divisible by 20, so 25s are and 29s are. Lastly, let us try to find out value of a plus 3d. Again substitute the value of a is equals to 90, 3 keep it as it is, d we are replacing by 10 degree. So here 10 into 3 is 30, 30 plus 90 is 120 degree. Again convert degree measure into radian measure, so multiply to it by pi by 180. Here we can observe that both these numbers are divisible by 60. 62s are, 63s are. So what result we are getting? 2 pi radian upon 3. In this way we have got the 4 angles of a quadrilateral in radian. So we can say that therefore radian measure of angles of quadrilateral are. What is the first angle? Pi radian upon 3. Second angle is 4 pi radian upon 9. Next angle is 5 pi radian upon 9, and the last angle is 2 pi radian upon 3. In this way we have completed each and every example from this chapter, including miscellaneous exercise also. If you really like these videos, please share these videos with your friends. In the next lecture we will start new chapter, trigonometry, which is one of the very important chapter, because trigonometry is correlated with many another chapter in mathematics, and even trigonometry is used in physics also and in chemistry also.